an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? Ah, Miss von Carmine, Mr. Edgeworth, so we were here all this time. Ambassador Alba, thank you so very much for continuing the investigation even this time of night. Oh, if only I was a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry. It wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Quershers! You couldn't chase after a simple thief. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that? Excuse me? I heard you apprehended the thief that turned his embassy upside down. And we're in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope you can understand how I feel. Yeah. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastrian and Ablaze police? Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little bit more and... Miss von Carmine, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right? That is true, however. As I said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastrian soil, in which case we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends? Not suspicious as fuck, as indeed, pigs. Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth. Shifu, this way. Yo. Agent Lag, you're back on the scene rather quick. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lag, what's in that? Why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Oh, and don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief from somewhere. Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here and are quite capable. At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close. Ambassador Alba, I get it now, I really do. Oh, I am very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is, I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. Who is the killer is behind tonight's murder? You? No! The killer? Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Wolves don't lie. Then who is it? Well, let me just say that I'm not talking about Mr. Koshin's murder. That was all Shina. Langzi says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather at the shrines outside the maze itself. What the fuck does that mean? The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask II's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Franziska von Karma. I was the killer? Hey, wait! That's impossible! Yeah! Although, that whip is actually quite... Ow! Hold your tongue! And that ludicrous remark you were about to make. Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabama and Babal, did you not?
Objection!
And where is your evidence that I am the killer? I was just getting to that, just trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need them to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Good. Now let's move out. Oh, I don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. As if I would have any reason to flee. Just as we are clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. She seems rather upset, not that I can blame her. I expected that you accept no less, but we'll see how long you keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, as someone who's related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part, and so that I may clean up my superior's mess. I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's a peanut gallery. Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in an Ablaze yet. If you let Kay in, then you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing while Mr. Karma's in trouble. Hey, Gummy! Let's have a competition to see who can save her first, right? Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and ready to go. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to get excited over. Sounds like it's gonna be really interesting. Ambassador Albert, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride. Very well. Welcome back, Red. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. Yeah, you missed the twist. Okay, now let's go over the facts one more time. 3 people who... Wait, what? Oh no. Yeah, I can see that is not a play position you want to be in. Yeah. Sitting on either side of that table is just awful. Having to like be the one to give the message is never pleasant. And yeah, it's just... Manny Kosh's body was found over the secretary's office in Babao. I just have to keep going. I hope you get yourself something nice to eat or something. I don't know. The weapon that was alive was one of the Alabaz ornamental knives. And then the body of Damas's second, Mr. Kashino, was found here in Alabastian Ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found the murder weapon was this Primlock statue. Yeah, it's so annoying that it's bugged like this, but we can't do anything about it. It's actually the Babal statue. Do something you enjoy, Red. Hey, welcome back, Maina. What are you having? Also, to answer your question on Discord, no, it was not Secret Lair. I had purchased some cards from Card Kingdom. And yeah, it was, I got slapped with a wonderful 150 euro like taxes and toll fees. It was fun. Apparently, I mean, it's because it comes from the outside of the EU. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna stick to the card market from here on out, just to not be slapped by those hefty things. I also discovered that the taxes are multiplicative with the tolling fees, so that was fun. So what I thought was going to be potentially only like 70 or 80 euros of taxes, because it's 25%, 70 or 80 somewhere there, became 150 because yay! This case, no matter how you look at it. It's the cards I needed to finish my my Stoneblade deck. So it's a bunch, like some Planeswalkers, some Force Negations, some other things. These are the cards I was missing. Sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could pull this off. But yeah, I'm not going to be ordering a card from the United States again, because yeah, I can't afford that. Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying? Of course I do, sis. I'm serious. You were the one on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. And that's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if that were true, then how would you explain the movement of the weapons? Don't worry. I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. Wait, TT? What is TT? Tetramas? No. Oh. I'll play Mahjong instead. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across the country lines. Hey now. Look, sis. I thought I already told you I'm not messing around here. This case wasn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Shina certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. By the way, Tenhome, are we going to be having the chili bread afterwards to sample it when we're done streaming today? Well, I'm done streaming. I want it.
It's really late.
I still want to try it freshly.
Get some now. Chop.
But it's hard to eat while I'm streaming. Oh, you don't want it?
Yeah, but I don't want us to eat that late.
Okay. Fine. It's just a piece of bread with some butter on it.
Off you go. Get us some.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go get it. Gonna find it. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I just want to try this bread. So, it's a bit of a failure. As a matter of fact, just to make things easy for us, I'm gonna put it on Discord and I can download it to show it to you all. So you can see that despite my, like, the fact that I am normally good at making food and baking and stuff like that, but I also have failures from time to time, so never be under the illusion that I am some god at cooking. I am a god, well, actually I'm not a god at cooking, but I'm a queen in the kitchen. I'm the kitchen queen. Or was it like kitchen princess? I can't remember what Mina called me. If it was the kitchen princess or kitchen queen, I can't remember. But she did call me something along those lines. Okay, I guess, gods, yeah, even gods mess up. So, I'm gonna show you real quick here what it looks like. They broke down like crazy. So, here it is. They just like, it just broke apart. It's like, it looks more like scones or like big scones or something. I don't know, it looks like kind of weird. You think it looks fine? I really don't. It looks like... Maybe I should like take a side picture, but I just cut into the first one. I mean, the inside is kinda weird. I mean, it's not as... I expected it to be more dense, but it's not. So that's something, I guess. gonna play with my mouse a little bit. He's saying that he's right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the condition between this case and the ring could it not be deeper than any of us could have imagined. Also, I noticed one thing about this bread here is that I don't get the desired thing. I haven't gotten the desired effect, which was like pockets of melted cheese inside. There is no such thing, which is very, very disappointing. Taste is fine. Whatever. Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Francisca, you need to calm down. Because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole and therefore solve it. What? But don't worry. I'm taking this as serious as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damascus II. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. So if I have no good counter-arguments to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk the thin tightrope and see what I can do. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. There was another effect to this bread I wanted. A little bit of spiciness from jalapeno. I can feel it's something there, but it's so weak I can barely sense it. Oh well.
It's jalapeno, what did you expect?
I suppose. I mean, I can eat jalapenos. Like, yeah, it's disappointed oxynoises. Although it's more like a disappointed oxy speech, because I haven't made any noises about it. One of Alaba's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Koshan. How so, Vix? I mean, do keep in mind that I have been eating pepper since I was 5? Yeah, something along those lines. I've been eating spicy peppers. Like, my introduction to food was peri-peris, because that was traditional where my father's from. And also known as the African bird's eye. And that's my entry, and I've been eating that since I was a child. So, of course, my father is a wuss nowadays and can't handle his spice very well. He thought that the chili I made for him for Christmas, or for them for Christmas, is spicy. So, and it's like, for us, it's like, yeah, it's fine, you know, not too spicy, it's just there. And we are having this habanero, so it's just, listen, yeah, this is just fine. And he's burning. And the murder weapon in the killing of Damascus II is Babal's Primdex statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. So, as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, San Francisco will remain the suspect. Now that is true. I am a kitchen perfectionist. I strive for perfection in the kitchen in my cooking. And I will always, almost always find something to critique my own cooking. Something that I'm not entirely happy with. Something I can improve next time. Always. It's like if it's technique, if it's the way I like slice the things, if it's just like how long I cooked it, stuff like that. And like I can always improve, and it's so much fun. Yes, the perfect food. You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across the country lines? I worked through every possibility, but there's only one plausible. Your boss. Agent Lang, from what I've learned from you just now is that you lost sight of yourself. What are you talking about? By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me that Lang Zine never said something to that effect? You prosecutor. Who do you think you are speaking about Lang Zine's proverbs like that? I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth. What I can say about this bread though is the crust is like really nice. It's like just perfect. But everything else about the bread is just, yeah. So,
the inside was rather
yes, because I failed at making it properly. What? Why do I need Babs Mina?
Hold it!
You're imitating Edgeworth, aren't you?
Hmm?
Imitating Edgeworth, always perfectionism.
No, no. So you say that the Primrose statue was also brought over by Francisca? Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense. And how exactly did she bring it over? I haven't figured that out yet. That's a rather big statement considering how sure you are. Maybe. There's one thing I know for sure. But the thing is that this is not the only thing that was smuggled over. We're in Ablaze, and Babal was to also smuggle across. Yep, kind of.
Objection!
Yeah, this was kind of meh. I will make croutons from this bread. I think it's appropriate for croutons and making bread soups. Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the country border tonight. Oh, Damas was killed with the Babal's Primlock statue, yes, but if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alaba's Primlock statue go? To Babal. Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. Guess so, but do you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items. Only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabaz and Babal is her. Is that really true? Was there no one else who could have traveled between these two countries? Actually, there was one person. One who paid a visit to both sides